так вот мы ее собираем, вот, на крыше в пакетик, а потом пьем.
Remember the attack involving 57 armored pieces of heavy equipment yesterday? Russians launched another attack with 3 tanks and 13 armored fighting vehicles with infantry. The 79th Air Assault Brigade destroyed 1 tank and 1 armored vehicle, and another BMP was destroyed. Artillery and drone operators effectively targeted the dismounted Russian infantry. As a result, 23 Russian soldiers were killed and 29 wounded. It seems that Russian forces hit Kharkiv armored plant, which seemed to still be actively repairing and refurbishing T-64 and T-72 MBTs, despite having already been hit once, looking at the damage to the roof. They hit both the building and the tanks with Iskander-Ms. Looks like the Russians have a new way of luring undear Russians to sign a death contract. Now some regions advertise not a lump sum first payment, but a total amount for the first year of service to make the figure seem higher. As such, in Krasnodar they offer as much as 4.17 million rubles, $48,000, for the first year of service. Let's not upset undear Russians by the fact that such unaffordable sums are slightly higher than the average annual salary in some Western European countries. Contract service in the Russian army in the Krasnodar territory from 4,170,000 rubles for the first year. Do you want to serve in the military and receive unique opportunities and benefits? Join the army in the Krasnodar territory. It is available to everyone, regardless of where you live. Residents of any region of Russia can easily sign a contract for service in the Krasnodar territory and take advantage of all the benefits. Well, they didn't mention the main benefit, a nice piece of land in Ukraine for your final rest. Survival skills in the Russian army when you have no water, and drones are not supplying your position.
Вот мы набираем воду.
Спейте из нашего кубка, будьте любезны.
Вот так вот мы ее собираем, вот, на крыше в пакетик, потом пьем.
A 60-ton railroad bridge was stolen in Skopin in Ryazan region of Russia. Local residents sold it for scrap metal, Russian media report. View from a Russian Air Force Tu-95 in Alaska's Air Defense Identification Zone yesterday after an intercept by U.S. and Canadian forces, flying in formation next to the Russian Bear, 2 USAF F-16 Falcons, 1 USAF F-35, 2 RKF CF-18 Hornets. With drone strikes in the news from Kyiv to Tel Aviv, the Pentagon's all-service drone defense program just held its most ambitious field demonstration yet, with up to 50 unmanned aircraft of different types converging on a single target at a time. Demo 5 really was our most challenging JCO demonstration to date, said Colonel Michael Parent, Chief of Acquisitions and Resources at the Army-led JCO, the mercifully short acronym for Joint Counter Small Unmanned Aircraft System Office. The JCO demonstrations at Yuma Proving Ground in Arizona, first held in April 2021, take prototype systems developed by private firms and test their ability to defend against drones. This year's especially ambitious event focused on repeated swarm attacks, although the details of the scenario were not shared with vendors beforehand. Attacking waves coming from different altitudes and angles also included multiple types of drones: fast jets, slower prop-driven drones, and mini helicopters, ranging in size from under 20 pounds to over 1,000. On the defending side, Parent told reporters Tuesday, the vendors' prototype defense systems all showed a greater level of maturity and offered much better solutions to the threat than those at previous demos. Other than that broad brush, however, JCO officials pointedly declined to discuss how well the candidate counter-drone defenses did. They're still crunching data from Demonstration 5, which ran from June 3 to June 28 at Yuma Proving Ground in Arizona. Once done, the first reports will go not to the press, but to military services, combatant commanders worldwide, and to the 8 vendors involved, a much larger variety than last year's 5 vendors. Those 8 contenders, whittled down from about 60 initial proposals submitted less than a year ago, were a mix of companies small and large: Clearalign, Traka, ICR, ELTE, Teledyne FLIR, SAIC, ATSC, and Anduril. ELTA, the North American spin-off of the Israeli arms maker, submitted 2 different systems, one vehicle-mounted, the other man-portable, while the others each contributed one. Instead of being built around a single weapon, most of these offerings were layered defenses that combined multiple sensors to detect the drones, which often are too low, slow, and small for radar, and effectors to take them down. All told, across all 9 candidate systems, the demonstration featured at least 4 types of sensors: radars, cameras both electro-optical and infrared, and radio frequency scanners. There were also 4 types of effectors: guided rockets, drone-killing mini-drones, machine guns, and radio frequency jammers. The last is a so-called soft kill approach that scrambles a drone's GPS signal or its command link to its human pilot rather than physically destroying it. No one capability, whether kinetic or non-kinetic in itself, could really just beat this kind of attack profile, Parent said. What we saw was they really do need a full system of systems approach, a layered approach. Interestingly, however, none of the vendors in this demo used directed energy weapons, such as lasers or high-powered microwaves. Even without the proverbial fricking laser beams, however, the scenario was complex enough that it was much a test of each defense system's digital brains as of its physical brawn. The ability to process sensor data, combine different data, such as radars and camera, to identify targets, and assign those targets to weapons was as critical as the firepower and accuracy of any individual effector. It does challenge everything, to include the command and control, Parent said. You don't want to engage the same target multiple times. You've got so many coming at you, you've got to be able to differentiate and go after the most dangerous threat first.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Also, if you want to support Warthog Defense, please become our member and get early access to new videos, exclusive members-only videos, and become administrator in comment section. The membership link is in the description.
Rescues every day. We had a guy last week, it's 6 rescues in 6 days. You know, he's doing the job every day.